Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? Is this a fine Monday? Welcome to this fine Monday edition of BS with Hannas. What's up, everyone? That's me. I call myself Nikki Hannas online. Welcome to BS with Hannas. It's my little morning YouTube talk show. I like to wake up. The whole premise of this. I'll wake up and I'll take a nice walk. I'll read some good stuff. Come out here, talk to the people. When I'm done talking to the people, I'll go lift some weights, go about my motherfucking business. And here we are. Here we find ourselves, man. The first Monday of 2026. It's a Monday. I seen some dude in my neighborhood this morning when I was walking. Like he's walking his little dog. I'm like, "What's up, man? Good morning, bro. How you doing?" He goes, "Oh, it's a Monday." He means well. It's just, isn't it funny how that's what everyone says? It's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a fine day to get some, is what it is. Right back to it. Right back to it. You know what I mean? As far as my life is concerned, I'll tell you this: I'm torn a lot of times between the outside world and the inside world. I had a fucking agitating Friday, right? So I got to open up this account for my newly formed LLC, and there's some fuckery between the bank and the registered agent company, and it's doing a brand new thing. It's doing a brand new thing in my life, which is stretching me past my zone of comfort. And I fucking just got mad. I was just pissed off, just fucking bothered by it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Keep doing my thing. I got things to do, things to be done. So let's just fuck how you feel. Just do what has to be done. It's all good. So then it was a weekend, worked all day Saturday, had off all day yesterday. So that's a nice thing. But I woke up Saturday morning, and as I do, I'm torn between the outside world and the inside world because I fucking open up the old Instagram, and it's the fucking political theater is in full swing right now. Full swing right now. And for whatever reason, this is what I'm finding out about myself. I acknowledge that pretty much there's nothing to be done about the outside shit. The politics, the state of the world, the state of society, blah blah blah. And I tend to err on the side of saying it's not even apathy, but it's like there's not much. What the fuck is there to be done about it? You know. So I wake up to the news that, as if it's a fucking action movie, the United States of America sent special forces to abduct a foreign president and his woman. Midnight or fucking whatever, some late night. This is like some Tom Clancy shit. Like, it's fucking completely crazy. And now the whole world is spiraling. And when this kind of shit happens, it reminds me almost of when Charlie Kirk got shot. It reminds me almost of, and this is just my thinkings, it reminds me of the fucking Iran and Israel war last summer, the 2 week long thing. This shit, it like stresses me out. And I haven't been able to get to a point where I'm so stoic that it doesn't affect me at all. Because I look at this shit and it fucking creeps in the media waves, and it fucking sways the attention span. Not of everybody, not of everybody. If I was so busy, I'm fucking busy. I keep myself occupied. I keep myself doing stuff, but it's not, it's still, there's like some kind of fucking void, I guess, in my life. Maybe it's as fulfilled as I can be sometimes. Maybe there's just a small void there where I'm looking to fill that void with something. You know what I mean? So it's almost like when this big shit kind of happens, I feel what that's the spirit of it does. It fucking comes in and like grabs you almost if you're inclined a certain way, and it compels you to give a shit. And once you're compelled to give a shit, you like almost have to, that lends itself to being convinced or convicted of something. And now I have a hill to die on just like that. And it's a fascinating, super interesting fucking thing. So I woke up and I seen that news, and my first thought is like, well, just like when he fucking tweets out MIGA unironically, I'm like, this fucking dude is, the libs were right. I if I were to, I fucking probably over the past decade of Trumpomania, there's been a lot of good that came out of it and a lot of bad that came out of it, in my view. Initially the fucking shockwaves that was Trump, what he seemed to have represented, what he seems to have been all about, what he seems to have inspired in the country, you know, an America first, a fucking resurgence of patriotism, an empowering sense, of you can do anything. An outsider coming in, there's a strong, compelling, like masculine fuck yeah energy to all of that in my experience. So it was cool for a long time, even though it wasn't, even though it came with like the double think and a certain level of othering and a certain level of ostracization and blah 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 blah. Like it came with a lot of that shit. Saying, "Yeah, I voted for Trump. Yeah, I like Trump." You had even saying that became some on some level an act of defiance. But it's been 10 years of this shit. It's been 10 years of it, and I don't know that our country's necessarily gotten so much better. It seems to, and this is like where my fucking dichotomy, my dilemma is in my brain. Because who fucking cares? Worry about yourself, and I'll be the first one to say that. And I'm trying to worry about myself. I'm trying to tend to my own garden and not displace meaning and authority in my life, take it from me and put it out somewhere else. It's a fucking kind of difficult thing because then you wake up and see this shit and it's like, oh, great. Awesome. This is what try as I may. Here I am. I'm trying to fucking open up a business. I'm trying to fucking make moves and I'm still doing all that stuff. I'm still, head down, hoodie up, powering along, getting some fucking just keep ripping. My Isn't it funny how when this shit happens, I'm like, it moves me a certain way. Maybe it is a sense of patriotism. Maybe it is a sense of caring, the opposite of apathy. Because I've been accused by a handful of people in, different friend groups I have of being apathetic. My one homie called me black pilled yesterday. I sent him something funny, right? I sent him some deep fake video. It was a scene from Lord of the Rings, but it was superimposed into it was Alex Jones and Elon Musk and fucking like all the characters, Joe Rogan. It's like I thought it was funny. So I sent it to my homie and immediately, because in this particular group, it's a more politically minded group and we talk about this shit. And I do find value in studying patriotism and studying American history. I am an American. I find that to be important. It's part of my identity. By having it be part of my identity, it compels me, I think, to be a better American, to be a better role model for what I think an American should be, to be a real American instead of a regular gringo. You know what I mean? That's what my Latino cooks call it. They see the average dude in America as the fucking classic trope of the people of Walmart, you know? They say, hey, it's just a regular gringo. Oh, and they're fucking, yeah, like you understand the image I'm pointing at here. Like, I don't have to be mean spirited and describe the obesity rate and the illiteracy rate and the social awkward rate and the overall medication rate, so on and so forth. Like, motherfuckers ain't doing their best out here by and large. So to me, to be a fucking real American means put your balls on the table, slam your cock on that glass table, break that motherfucker, and be the dude you want to fucking be. I think that means something, and that's rooted in that individualist sense of Americanism. It's important. So here's what and Trump represented a lot of that. Fuck what they tell you. Be strong in your convictions. Be loud. Take up space. Whatever you think about it, like fucking say what's right. But isn't it funny that shit happens? We all galvanize around it, and I'm at conflict with it. That's why I'm talking about it because I don't even really care to have this be a political podcast. I don't want to be a commentator. I'll commentate on things I read. I think that's more important. Commentate on things of a more substantiated merit than what I saw on the news today. Can you believe what AOC said? Can you believe the crazy things that the hyper communist old man Bernie Sanders is? Why is he still in office? There's so much of that. Like, no shit. No shit. Why are you still even engaged in it? So I'm at conflict in it. And it compelled me Saturday morning to fucking, I said, fuck it, dude. Whatever sense of triggering it was, it's really interesting. Really, really interesting to me. So as I'm driving to the gym, I fucking decided on the moment I'm gonna fucking just restart 75 hard. Fuck all this shit. Fuck all these distractions and people in power positions and fucking da 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 da. It drives me nuts, dude. So I said I'm gonna fucking get back on the horse and if this shit, for better or worse, why it triggers me, how it triggers me, what it means to be triggered by this outside world bullshit. Even though I say, fuck it, don't let it worry you, don't let it bother you. It fucking did. It's a dumb thing to wake up and then the whole world's like in hysteria about it. And then it's like, what happens next? What's the next stress inducing matrix attack, psychic warfare level thing that's going to be just blasted to us to keep us in a state of being stressed out? It's really fucking hard. And I'm not this, what do I have? What do I say on the internet? I'm just a dude out here getting after it. I'm just some new guy in the big theater of YouTubers and talking heads and podcast hosts and whatever. I just want to play my guitar and lift my weights and read my books and fucking kill it. That's all the fuck I want to do. I'm just a dude out here getting after it. So, like, for me to be out here preaching the message, don't let it bother you. Just be above it. Just be above it. It's a fucking real hard thing, dude. Maybe that's why I read so much of this kind of stuff. Maybe that's why I lean so heavily into working on myself. Is it a coping mechanism? Surely. Probably the most healthy type of coping mechanism, you know? Just looking out there, there's a reflection element. How much of this shit do I look out there and get disgusted at? How much of that's just projection? How much of that's just projecting things I dislike or want to change about myself? And when I see that out there, in the proverbial out there, maybe that's why it stings. So I don't know. The only answer to that is just to fucking double down and work harder, as far as I can tell. So that means we're back on the motherfucking program, dude. Back on the motherfucking program. I already read, I already walk, I already lift, I already been fucking drinking my water, but it's time to just like really hammer that shit down. And if there's a small level of adversity from a bank and having difficulty opening an account because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing because I'm doing something I ain't never motherfucking done before, that's all right. It's actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing. Yeah, it's just fucking interesting. That's what's on my mind today. And I'm sure to anyone who's on YouTube in the first place, they stumble upon this, or if you're my homies in the chat, we talk about this kind of similar minded thing all the time. Maybe that's why it's topical. That's why it's topical today. And really, in an ideal world, it should be okay. There's something out there that bugs you. Hey, yo, what's up, Jerome? GMB Hannas. That's right. Good morning, dog. Yeah, and if it's like one of them things, if there's something out there that fucking bothers you, the only real response is the stoic position. It's like, well, what's in your power? So what can you do about what you have in front of you with your own power and decision making ability? Choices, 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 choices. And that's ultimately fucking what it comes down to. And if I'm looking out there in the proverbial metaphor, not even metaphorical, in the fucking out there realm, there ain't nothing to be done about this. Do I get galvanized and pick a side? No. Because even as all this shit happens, I'm seeing the scripts go out, man. There's so much that they're not telling us about it too. For me to fucking see what I'm seeing in these headlines and say that this is the reality of it, that's just a foolish position because these motherfuckers are known liars. They don't tell the fucking truth. It's all horseshit. It's all some kind of presentation on the highest scale, the theater of it all. That's very real. So I can't even, and I distrust anyone out here that's even going to be like, this is what's actually happening. All right, well, is that the fucking level one, the mainstream approach? Is that what they're telling you? And what's the level two? Well, actually, this is this, but also here's this, 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 this. Okay, and maybe there's validity to all of that. And then what's the level three? How far until you're back into like QAnon territory? And it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. And I thought the plan was to fucking double down and fix our motherfucking country. Instead, what's the famous line from Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who? The great Robert Daltrey, as he says, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. And maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, who gives a fuck? Like, there's plenty of people wrong out here. I'm just out here thinking, dude, the whole premise of this show is I'm fucking out here just growing and fucking talking what I'm thinking, riffing it, improvising it. No script. I'm not out here to galvanize. I'm not selling nothing. I'm out here fucking making an offer. You want some fucking music? You want a fucking real dude, a real person, a real human, not putting on airs, not putting on a front, just fucking out here saying what's on his motherfucking mind. That's what's on my mind. More distractions, more things out there to wrestle our attention from us. And I guess we have to reject it. But if we reject it, does that make us apathetic? Does that make us, are we fence sitting? Are we fucking standing for nothing? If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. or some other motherfucking sloganeering bullshit. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, man. But reject the mind fuck of it. That's my advice. And it's hard. Everyone will tell you that. Reject it. Just stand firm in what you say. Yeah, it's like discipline, brother. That's a fucking real hard thing. Real easy in theory, real easy in principle, real simple when you're detached from any sense of emotional inclination towards it. But when you're fucking actually in that moment, it's real hard sometimes. That's the nature of discipline. It's real hard to be fucking just, okay, I hate everything about this. I don't want to do it. Everything in me is telling me, fuck this. I want to fucking do something else. I don't want to do this. And then you got to shut up. You got to shut the fuck up and do it anyway. That's the nature of it. So that's just what I'm fucking thinking about. Maybe I'm just talking to myself out here. If I had a message that I need to hear, I would say, yo, be honest, quit tripping on some bullshit. It's a fine motherfucking Monday morning and you got bench presses to do. It's International Chest Day. Who gives a fuck about any of this nonsense? You need to fucking realize that you're approaching 20 minutes and you're still kind of running late. And that fucking bench press was calling you. It's saying, be honest, come press me. And who am I to deny that? Anyway, I'm fucking spiraling. Happy Monday. I'm gonna roll out of here. Uh, Welcome and thank you for hanging on this fine Monday morning. BS with Be with me, Nikki Be. You can find this on YouTube at BS with Be, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast, so on and so forth. You want some music, some heavy blues, motherfucking metal? NikkiBeHannes.com, NikkiBeHannes.bandcamp.com, Nikki Behannes on all streaming services. Got another YouTube channel, Nikki Behannes, some live footage, some fucking official music videos, backing track jam series. I'm just ripping a guitar. Yeah, you want to support the mission? You can fucking buy the music on Bandcamp if you like. Name your price. I give it out for free. But, you want to throw me some bread? Go ahead. You can do it on Bandcamp, patreon.com/Nikki Behannes for a condensed feed of all the shit that I do. Included in that is a Monday morning spiral. So, yeah, I'm out. One love. Keep it real. Happy Monday. Peace.